Hey, why? So the end of Acts today, if you can believe it, Acts 27 and 28. We are with Paul on his missionary journeys, and he is finally getting to go to Rome. This is something that has been very urgent for him. And here's the reason why. It's because Rome is the epicenter of everything in the known world at that time. And Paul thinks his strategy, which is a good one, it's like to get to Rome so that the word can be preached and the gospel can be known, and from there it can go into all the other parts of the known world. So pretty good plan, except for the way he gets there. It wouldn't be the way he would have planned it. He's on a prisoner boat. 267 men on this boat, sailing at the wrong time of the year, but off they go. And so Paul kind of is befriended by the guy in charge, who is a centurion. His name is Julius. What we see throughout the New Testament is centurions show up here and there. But what's curious is they're always looked at in a favorable light. And that's really interesting. Like the centurion that came to Jesus and said, "Hey, I have a servant boy back home who is in need of healing." And Jesus says, "Well, let's go." And the centurion looks at him and says, "Listen, I am in charge of so many men, and I know how it works. I have authority over them, and when I say do something, they do it, and I know you have the same authority." And Jesus looked at him and he marveled at his faith specifically. And he said, "You're right? And he heals his servant boy from afar, from wherever he was. We see that a few times with centurions, and here we have another centurion who looks favorably upon Paul during his journey. Initially doesn't listen to him as they set out, despite Paul's warning that it's not a great time to sail, and Paul ends up being right. But along the way, the centurion shows that he does trust Paul in various ways. So that's interesting. And I think as we look at this storm that happens, we can see that there's a few different kinds of storms that also happen in our life, like storms of correction, perfection, protection, and direction. And mean for all those to rhyme, but we see those different kinds of storms in our life. And they come at different times. We don't know when they're going to come, but they are for specific purposes. And so as we continue to join Paul on this journey, we see that by God's grace, after the boat shipwrecks all 276, not 67, 276 people on board, as Paul said they would, survive and make it to shore. And then Paul eventually arrives at Rome, and you can read through what happens there throughout the rest of the story. But going back to these different kinds of storms in our life, what I'd like you to see is when things happen, when trials, when storms, when things happen, when we're going through stuff, we kind of want to know at some point, Lord, what is happening here? Obviously on Sundays we're going through Job. That's a storm. And Job is wondering throughout the book, why is this happening? What is going on? We have the same thoughts when things are going on in our life. So here's what I would encourage you to do. If you're not quite sure what kind of storm you are going through, I would encourage you to talk to the Lord. When was the last time that you had just some quiet time to talk to the Lord? Talk to the Lord and ask him, Lord, what are you trying to do in this storm, in this trial, in this thing that you're doing? Are you trying to bring something out of me? Are you trying to protect me? Are you trying to correct me, bring me back into line with your word? Are you trying to provide direction in my life? So talk to the Lord. Ask him those things. We're in the Word daily. If you haven't been in the Word daily with us, just do it. Get in the Word daily. Listen to what his Word says. Learn to develop a communication, a relationship with God, because that's what he wants from you.